So friends, in our last session we saw that how extracting data from different portals and doing analysis of the available data, we can have some insight into what determinants are responsible for the possible mortality indicators. Like if stillbirth is high, we saw that what is the status of antenatal care, and we saw that from MCTS, for example, that we were very good in antenatal registration in the first trimester, but there was significant drop down when it comes to the NC2, NC3, NC4 or full antenatal care. So now the idea is that we had shown you the table, the extracted data, but if you are to retrieve this data yourself, then how to go about that. And now in the phased way we will discuss these portals, this DHIS2 portal, and when you enter the URL and your username password, you will come across this type of screen, which is dashboard screen. You can customize it for your own district. For example, here it shows that this is the status of antenatal first trimester registration in the entire state, which is around 60% or so during the month. There is little pickup over here, say around 62% or so, but it is almost constant in the state throughout the months from April 2015 to December 2015. This is zero dose immunization. This is like newborns visited within 24 hours of home delivery to total reported home deliveries. This is newborns breastfed within 1 hour of birth, 80% or so. This is low birth weight, 13, 14, 15% or so. So these types of indicators they have put on the dashboard, but you can customize it for your own district. And this is the latest and very attractive addition to the web portal. This we call geographic information system. All these indicators have been linked with the maps, and lot of effort has been done by the state. Now for example, this picture is for stillbirth rate GIS. You can zoom it and say you can see this is your district Panchkula. The stillbirth rate Panchkula is say 15.9, but you can zoom it, and then when you go to the proper GIS site, you can actually click it and see that what is the status of different PHCs, and might be when you click the PHC, subcenters will open and it will show the values in the subcenters, and it has a great ability of overlapping. When you use this GIS, for example, you want to see the stillbirth rate and you want to say match it with any other indicator, whether it is associated with ANC4 or not, might be you can overlap these types of things. And this is color coded. These colors are not to distinguish districts. Might be this is telling you that this green color over here, this is 15.9, but when you go to this Cathal, this is 6.9. This is 6.9. So this Panipat is 18.3. Sonipat is 20.6. Still, the greener the color is becoming, the severer the problem is. It reflects like this. By this way, I believe that, let us see what is the status of Mewat. See, the stillbirth over here is 49. This is in the green color. So this is the latest addition which would be used more and more in your district and state geographic information system. So this is just your dashboard. You can customize your dashboard to your own needs. Now we go to the next part. We have to go to click this app, and there are many things over here, but for the time being we will not touch all these things. We will touch the data analyzer, and if we click this data analyzer, then you come across this type of table will come, which shows here this is Haryana, and when you will be logging in from your district ID, you won't be able to see all the districts from Haryana. Say if I am interested in Panchkula, I click Panchkula, and then this Panchkula will appear over here. Then important thing is what are these 2-3 windows which are available over here. In nutshell, this window is telling you various elements. Element means that it gives numbers, as it is reported in your monthly reports. This is simply a replica of your monthly report, like numbers means cesarean section performed at CHC, cesarean section performed at private facilities. So these are just numbers, immunization sessions performed, these are numbers. Over here, from all these numbers, some percentages have been calculated. Some percentages have been calculated and some numbers have been joined together. For example, if here you have number of live births male, number of live births female, might be over here you will have that consolidated in one number of live male and female are joined together. So when some numbers are joined together and if some percentages are calculated, then it appears in this box, and only numbers they appear in this box. Further is that these have been grouped together. Like if you if you are interested in antenatal care, and if you click antenatal care, all the items related to antenatal care will appear over here, like IFA tablets, antenatal checkup, hemoglobin done, registration, etc. This will appear over here in antenatal care. Similarly, if you want to see live birth at sub-center, so live birth at home, sub-center and area. Important point is to look at wherever this term area is given, it shows that all the live births in the area, whether delivered at home, sub-center, private facilities, government facilities, whatever it is, live births in the area would be captured by this term area. Otherwise, this portal is specific to the facility based reporting. So if you click over here and if you select a specific group, then you will get some data elements related to that group. And similarly, if you select all over here and leave it, and then if you select a group from here, then it will give you indicators related to this. Like 16 indicators are reported to Government of India, some selected 16 indicators like ANC first trimester registration to total antenatal registrations that we had used in our own data analysis. Similarly, institutional deliveries to total ANC registrations. So all these things have been calculated and have been put for your ready reference, ready use over here. So these are indicators which are available in the 16 indicator. And similarly, if you say antenatal care, all the indicators related to antenatal care might be what is the status of hypertension detection, severe anemia, and TT coverage, etc., etc. All the indicators which are applicable under antenatal care. Similarly, child health, supervision, dropout rates, like this. So this is like Government of India Family Welfare Group, Government of India Maternal Health Group. This is something similar to that during Diwali festival you have the same type of dishes but have been packed differently to suit the needs of different types of customers. So your data elements are same. If Government of India wants 16 indicators, those have been pooled together under the heading of 16 indicators. If they are interested in family welfare, so this is GIO family welfare, GIO maternal health. But in each of these things, indicators would almost remain the same. There would be some differences depending upon the need. Like this, total registrations, home deliveries, newborn visited within 24 hours, total live birth, stillbirth, etc., etc. So total ANC in first registration. So the elements remain the same, the calculation of indicators also remain almost the same, but to meet the needs differently, these have been assembled differently, and some indicators are new in some groups, some are not. So these are subtle differences. Now we have to see how to use it. For example, in our previous examples we had worked out that might be our antenatal registration is good, but we are poor in the follow up, and our ANC 2, 3, 4 and full ANC is very low. Now let us try to drill down and understand that what are the good performing areas, what are the bad performing areas with respect to this. And we select, say over here, antenatal care, and we are interested in follow-up. Say this, for example, pregnant woman who received 3 antenatal checkups to total ANC registration. For example, we are interested in this indicator, and just for our own curiosity how they have calculated it, so we work out from here also, and we should find out the 2 data elements. What are 2 data elements? We are interested in ANC 3 checkups, and we are interested in the total ANC registrations. So this is ANC registration. So we have ANC registration, we have 3 checkups, and this is the indicator that has been already calculated, and we have taken from here. Now we select this, we highlight this, click it over here, and it comes over here. If we want that something should be sent back again to this box and we want something different, if we select this and click over here, it will go here back. So this is how from these 2 boxes you can select the data elements and indicator and put it over here for use. Now for Panchkula district, if I select level 4 and this is aggregated data, it means that in the Panchkula immediate next level is the block. We see that at the block level, we can select the duration, whether financial year, monthly, bi-monthly, something like that, but traditionally we use the financial year, and say if I select 2014-15 and if I select all these months from April to March, so all months of this financial year, which is aggregated. If you don't click it, then it will not aggregate. If you click it, then this aggregated data for this financial year for block level analysis for Panchkula, for these 2 data elements and this indicator would appear if I click generate. So if I click generate, it will come like this, and it will appear like this in Excel file, that this is the block level analysis. So what do you see over here? That for Panchkula district, these are the blocks like Kalka, Raipurani, and this is your private institutions, these are dispensaries. So overall is 60%, and these are the numbers: 3 checkups and antenatal registration. For our own curiosity, we want to see whether these numbers have been calculated rightly or wrongly. So I can do this calculation myself, and I say that calculate what percentage is this 4 to 8 out of this, and if I calculate the percentage, it comes like this: 61 point, this is something 1%. So it means these calculations have been done rightly. So I am assured about the calculation. Now let us interpret it. So overall 60.9% is the 3 ANC checkup received out of the total registration. But if I look at the figures, I find that Kalka and Raipurani, their performance is almost equivalent, and urban UHM Panchkula is little less but is not far behind, but this dispensaries is particularly very low. So this interpretation was almost matching with our previous analysis that we had shown you in the first sessions, that this dispensary Panchkula was lagging behind compared to Kalka and Raipurani. So now I want to further drill down that what is the performance of various PHCs under different CHCs. I just change the level from block to PHC, and rest of the things are the same. And if I generate report like this, and then I find that this type of report will come. So this is now drilling down further to the PHC level. What do I see? For this CHC Kalka, where overall performance was 61%, I find that this PHC Pinjore is performing very, very poorly. Only 18% performance is there compared to the others, whereas PHC Morni, which seems to be very tough area, the performance is excellent, 85% or so. So this type of differential, and Surajpur is somewhere in between. So if I do this type of analysis, I will be worried about Pinjore much more than focusing my attention to the other. So if I improve the ANC 3 checkups in PHC Pinjore, then it will lift the overall performance of this block and the district. So targeted approach will help you in improving the performance with less sort of efforts. Now let us look at CHC Raipurani. What do we see? In CHC Raipurani, again this Hangola is the poor performing, 56% or so compared to rest other PHCs. And if I look at this UHM Panchkula, so there are some areas like UPHC, Burj, Kotiya, where performance is 102%. Might be there is misreporting. So, and you have this Mahesh Nagar where it's low performing. UPSC MDC4, it's very, very low performing. So this analysis at PHC level and dispensary level help you in understanding that there are some areas which are grossly low performing, there are some areas which are good performing, and then you can actually understand, you can generate the case studies that if some center is performing good, why it is so, if some center is performing bad, why it is so. Now I shift my analysis to next level. What would be? It would be subcenter level. So if I do the same analysis at subcenter level and generate this report, it will come like this, that in CHC Kalka, where overall performance for say PHC Kalka was 69%, but then when you look at the subcenters, you find that this particular subcenter is performing much better than the other subcenters. 80% or so performance, this is excellent. In PHC Morni, where overall performance was much higher than other PHCs, again you find that this subcenter is doing 100%, whereas subcenter Morni itself, the performance is 59% only. So even in this very high performing PHC, you have this subcenter which is low performing compared to the others, whereas this subcenter Ticker Tal is showing 128% performance. I mean, you have to look at whether the reporting is accurate or not. If this is misreporting, so this over reporting of performance might be overall lifting the performance of this PHC to 85%, which actually becomes low. So you see that in PHC Nanakpur, you have these two subcenters which are low performing compared to this. So this type of analysis, drilling down the data from district to the block, from block to the PHC, from PHC to the subcenter, help you in understanding which are the very low performing areas which you need to target much more than the others, and then you can improve the performance of the district with less efforts. This is how that if you do this targeted analysis, might be it would be helpful in solving some of your problems for performance improvement. Thank you very much.